Back to the Future the Ride. May you rest in peace. Once at Universal Studios Hollywood and at Universal Studios Orlando, Florida, this was a motion simulator ride based on the hit films of Back to the Future. And now that the ride that replaces it, the Simpsons ride, does not do it justice. This ride had a lot of flaws that really pissed me off. And now I feel like I'm going to be laughing at the dead, but still I've got to do it. I've got to review this ride. This is Back to the Future the Ride. Now hold on. Once this review hits 88 miles per hour, you're going to see some serious shit. Alright, now let's begin. First of all, I gotta point out some continuity issues. For one, Doc Brown says the biggest rule of time travel is when you go back in time, you should never mess with the space-time continuum. That means don't talk to anyone, don't touch anything, don't alter the time-space continuum in any way. The results could be disastrous. If that's the case, then how come in the pre-show there are pictures of Doc with people like Albert Einstein, Thomas Edison, and even him at the signing of the Declaration of Independence? What the fuck? Doc Brown basically just broke his entire rule and destroyed the meaning of all the movies. Not to mention the meaning of the ride too, where Biff steals a time machine and goes back to alter the future, which is the reason why you are on the ride in the first place, to stop Biff. Doc probably fucked us all by now. Another thing, Doc said in the second movie he did not create the time machine to make money, which is what causes the whole second movie of Back to the Future. But in the Q area and even in the videos, they show Doc going to the year 2015 and claiming the inventions of the future as his own, and therefore making his Institute of Future Technology. What the fuck, Doc? What is wrong with you? You can't do... Even in the Q area, they show Riff Tannen's Pitbull. Also, the lack of Marty McFly really pisses me off. I mean, don't you think that a movie based on a major motion picture would have its main character, not just the two supporting characters? Star Tours does this too, with only including C-3PO and R2-D2 and a little cameo of Chewbacca, which I will tear apart later. But still, come on, you could have fit Michael J. Fox in there. He didn't really get his Parkinson's till like 1997, and this ride was filmed in 1992. Come on! Now, let's talk about the ride itself. Yes, I get it was made in the 90s, and they didn't have the technology we have today. But still, it wasn't that good. I'm already feeling sick tearing this ride apart, so please forgive me. Address all hate comments to McLean Media. But if you notice on the ride, and if you still remember, some of the motion simulation did not match with what was going on the screen. I mean, when you were falling down a hill, you didn't feel it. I mean, there's stuff in Vegas that's more realistic than that. I mean, ugh. And yes, I know it was impressive that somebody built all those models. And I do agree that CGI is ruining films as we know it. But come on, you could have made something much better than that. Remember that dinosaur? How much of a hand puppet that fucking thing was? God. Also, the screen was really torn up. There's like holes and scratch marks in it. They should have did something about it earlier. It was just too bad to look at. And for a motion simulator ride, it wasn't really that thrilling. I was also pissed off that they only went to 3 places in history. I mean, the Ice Age? Come on, that's boring. I think it'd be cool if they went to the Old West and we somehow got on a train track and, you know, got chased by a train, but that's just stupid. I don't know. Another thing that bugged me was the story. First of all, why would Doc endanger the lives of 8 volunteers to save the space-time continuum? Couldn't he have one of his employees do it? I know he was locked in the room, but still, he didn't have to have innocent people do it. Another thing, why did it have to be 1950s Biff? Why couldn't it be the future Griff? He would have known about flying DeLoreans more than 1950s Biff. Or even modern-day Biff would have worked fine. But still, they used 1950s Biff? I mean, come on. That's stupid. I also like how the writers got really lazy and made it that if you bump Biff, you simply go back to the Institute. Like, that was the easiest solution that those guys could come up with. It just didn't do it for me. Okay. Ran out of breath doing this. But Back to the Future wasn't perfect. I mean, yes, it's Back to the Future, and I adore it, but still, the ride wasn't perfect. Even though the Simpsons ride sucks completely now, you gotta admit, it was pretty awful. But I still loved it. I mean, it was a classic. I miss it. May it rest in peace. And may it forever, ever have a place in our heart. I just wish I could go back and, see it again. And
Hey, you McLean Media?
yeah? Why?
I got something for you. A letter.
A letter? Who the hell would write me a letter?
I don't know. We've had that letter for 7 years.
Let's see. Dear McLean Media, I just want you to let you know that I'm fine and in Tokyo. Tokyo? The ride's alive! It's alive!
Kid, what's going on? Do you need help?
There's only one place that can help me now.